It was in 2014 that I started a different venture-backed software company that failed. And the failure is one of the pieces that I learned the most from.
Hey, what's up guys? This time on TribeHouseTV, I sit down with Bubba Page. And Bubba's one of those guys, when you talk to him, you feel like you've known him forever. He's so nice, but he's also incredibly experienced. He's done a lot in his career. We talk about some of those highlights. Check this out.
My name is Bubba Page. I'm the founder of InfluenceVentures. We're a venture capital fund that invests in consumer product and consumer tech companies. And you might be asking, is Bubba my real name? No, it's not. Brant is my real name, but nobody calls me that. I was a fat baby and the name stuck. A little history about me is I started my first company while I was in college. I actually joined them. It wasn't my startup. I ended up selling my ownership to those partners 2 years later, and unfortunately they went bankrupt. 2009, started another company. In 2020, ended up selling that company. And what I learned from that success story is that hard work, dedication can really pay off, but everybody knows that. It was in 2014 that I started a different venture-backed software company that failed. And the failure is one of the pieces that I learned the most from. As we were trying to build a business, maybe our timing was a little bit off. We tried everything we could, blood, sweat, and tears for 2 years before shutting it off. And the best thing that I remembered from my investors was that they came to me and said, Bubba, we would continue to invest in you in whatever else you do. We know it wasn't you that the business didn't work. It just, that happens sometimes. When I heard those words, because I was already getting depressed or anxious and so sad that I had failed at that business, and I was thinking that myself, I was a failure, but myself as a person, I'm not a failure. And I can continue to do good and great things in the world. And now being on the other side of the table, now being an investor that invests in companies, I feel like there's a level of empathy that I understand what these entrepreneurs are going through. Having a business that didn't pan out has really built a ton of my character and hopefully empathy for other people as well. One of the key relationships that I have and have had to help me begin or even conceptualize the idea behind InfluenceVentures is my wife. The reality is my wife is a social media influencer. She's truly an entrepreneur, but to the world outside, they would consider her an influencer. And so I helped her just as a supporter and as an advisor from 2011 to then 2013 as she started. And then in 2017, when my business didn't pan out, she asked if I'd come and join and help her. So we worked together for almost 4 years. There were some incredible things about working together as a husband and wife duo. I would take care of most of the business things and she would take care of all the creative. So new products and people and social media, which is what she's exploded on. So there's some people in my life that have made a dramatic impact, and I call them mentors. I think everyone has to have mentors. I don't care what age you are. I hope I have a mentor until the day I die. And it was interesting because for years, I would just a quick phone call, even 10 minutes, 15 minutes when you're killing yourself over some element of the business, or even maybe if it's a family issue or a marital problem, having somebody that you can look up to and somebody that you can ask questions and they have your back no matter what. I was able to build relationships back then that I still have today. And I mean, talk about one of the most vulnerable experiences where I literally couldn't make payroll one time. He fronted me the cash for that payroll. And I mean, it was something that, would my family members have done that? Probably not. But the relationship that we had built, he knew that I was good for it. And I absolutely was. I paid him back over time and he took care of me in that moment. But building relationships and networking to me is a critical, key component. But there's moments in time where having outside perspectives and contacts from different walks of life can be really healthy, I think, in building relationships, whether it's a career or whatever you want to do in life.